The 125cc scooter segment is predominantly divided into two sub-segments in India: the commuter or family scooters and sportier alternatives. TVS's NTorq has been a hotshot in the latter, but the company has had no contender in the former. Well, now they do. It's called the Jupiter 125 and TVS thinks it has what it takes to take on an already well-developed segment. It may share its name and alloy wheels with the 110cc Jupiter, but pretty much everything else is different. Like the Jupiter 110, this scooter also has a metal body. It's comprised of rounded edges and smooth flowing lines that aim to appease riders of all ages. The Jupiter 125 has a lot of chrome finished embellishments that you will notice around the DRLs, the LED headlight, side panels, and even the mirrors. As with most scooters in this segment, the rear section is occupied by a large taillight assembly. Smaller styling touches that stand out are the body-colored panels around the speedometer and the tiny reflector on the pillion grab handle. While the 125 looks quite different to the Jupiter 110 when it comes to its design, the 125 takes a safe approach with curvy bodywork that looks like it's been carved out to fit in the segment. When it comes to features, TVS has said there will be a variant with Bluetooth connectivity, but that is not available at the moment. For now, it makes do with a part digital, part analog cluster that does its job. Thanks to the onboard computers that have come with fuel injection systems in the BS6 era, the digital display has a readout for fuel efficiency related information. Other features include a USB charging socket, side stand engine cutoff function, and auto start-stop. The biggest highlight on the new scooter is the fuel filler cap and fuel tank placement. The cap is located on the inside of the apron, which feeds the 5-litre fuel tank that's positioned below the floorboard. This is unique in the segment and it not only makes filling fuel easier, it also lowers the center of gravity and opens up more room under the seat. The underseat storage capacity now stands at 32 litres, which is much higher than that of its direct rivals. The repositioning of the fuel tank also hasn't come at the expense of ground clearance, and the claim figure is at par with segment rivals. TVS could have plonked the 125cc engine from the NTorq in here, but they didn't do that, because the application here is so very different. This engine uses a 2-valve setup, while the NTorq uses a 3-valve one. While this has come at the cost of some top-end performance, this one's expected to be a lot more fuel efficient, and that's rather important. While the NTorq is one of the most powerful 125cc scooters out there, it's also one of the least fuel efficient. This new engine is also designed to be calmer, quieter, and more refined, and it feels it. The scooter builds speed in a linear manner with more than enough torque on offer. However, the acceleration slows down quite a bit once you get past the 70 kph mark. There are some mild vibrations that creep in through the floorboard once you get to about 50 kph, but that aside, it's a pleasant experience. The scooter is fairly silent and refined, and just what you'd expect from an offering in this space. As for the all-important topic of fuel efficiency, TVS claims that the Jupiter 125 is more efficient than some of its rivals, but has not revealed any more information on this topic. Subscribe and stay tuned to Autocar India for when we bring you the real-world number as soon as we get our hands on the scooter in Mumbai. Comfort is yet another requisite in this segment. And what TVS has done with this seat is quite incredible. It's 65mm longer than the one on the Jupiter 110, and that increases room for both rider and pillion. As for the ergonomics, they're spot on, and even taller riders won't feel cramped, even though the fuel tank's in the floorboard. Unlike our public roads, TVS's test track is free of potholes, which is why we didn't get the opportunity to see how it handles those menacing craters. However, from what we could tell, the ride quality does have a really nice sense of softness to it. The Jupiter 125 uses a gas-charged single shock absorber at the rear that features a convenient knob to allow easy adjustment of preload. As far as handling goes, this scooter is most certainly up there with the best in its class. The lower center of gravity does help to an extent, but it's the way TVS develops its chassis that results in communicative handling. At 109 kg, the Jupiter 125 is not the lightest scooter in its segment, but it's not the heaviest either. Weight won't be an issue with the scooter, as it feels surprisingly flexible and light on its feet. The front disc brake equipped variant is the one we tried out, and it's got an impressive amount of stopping power while still being beginner friendly when it comes to lever feedback.
Spend a few hours with the scooter and you'll quickly realize that TVS has done its research and come up with a well-rounded package that ticks most boxes in the family scooter segment. While it doesn't deliver an enthusiast-driven experience like many other two-wheelers from TVS, it's got what it takes to stir up the segment.
With a starting price of Rs 73,400, it's priced at par with its competitors. The TVS has a massive advantage over the others when it comes to storage capacity, and the seating is also quite roomy. And from what we can tell so far, every other aspect of the Jupiter 125 seems comparable to the top players in the segment. If you are in the market for a 125cc commuter scooter, we'd recommend waiting for a full review of the Jupiter 125 because it probably deserves to be on your list of options.
One more. Okay, okay.